Is it 8? No, we got 2 more minutes to go before we officially start. Thanks, Vicky. How's Woodby Island? I was informed that our countdown clock was off by an hour. So I hope that didn't throw anybody off. Pay no attention to the countdown clock. It needs to be reset. So anyway, here, let's get the camera going here. All right. See, it's still light outside here. You can see. Sound is echoing. Don't know what to do about that. Sorry. Gustav, thanks for pointing that out. Anyway, welcome. Well, no, we got a minute to go, so I'm not gonna do this yet. We're gonna make sure everybody's here. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why our countdown clock was off by an hour. It must have been daylight savings or something that got screwed up there. Anyway, thank you for joining me here on this live stream. We're doing this to benefit National Jewish Health in Denver, which is a respiratory hospital that I've known some people involved with them for a number of years. So I think they're the #1 respiratory hospital in the country. And they have some folks here in New York who are very active in fundraising for them. And I want to thank Maddie Shepard at National Jewish for helping us set this all up, and her colleagues in Denver. I also want to thank Aaron Grant, Theatrical, for putting this all together. Aaron Grant is a show producer and manager. He was involved with me on the BULLDOZER show, and he's involved with me on my new show, which is just in progress here. It hasn't got quite off the ground yet. We did have a reading. The name of the show is Last of the MANNAHATTAS. And someone pointed out to me that both shows that I've written are about New York. So BULLDOZER was about the building of New York by a guy named Robert Moses. And The Last of the MANNAHATTAS is a futurist show about what New York might look like 100 years from now if climate change and sea level rise isn't controlled. So I did a lot of research about that story, but I'll get back to that. But we managed to do a table reading in January, which seems like forever ago. And we had 10 actors and a producer and some other people around the room, and we got some great feedback. Myself and my writing partner, Greg Ostrin. I hope he's on. I hope he's going to join us today. And we had some really great talent doing the reading with us. One guy who I wanted to point out was his name was Roscoe Orman, and he's from Sesame Place. So we had a Sesame Street, not Sesame Place. We had a Sesame Street actor. I guess he plays the grocer on Sesame Street. I don't watch the show that often. And then we had another young singer, a guy named Drew Lachey, in one of the lead parts. And Drew, you might know his name. Him and his brother Nick had a boy band called 98 Degrees, and we're hoping to get both of those guys back for the real show when we do it. So after that reading, Greg and I went away with lots of notes, and we rewrote Act 2, pretty much, and added 3 or 4 songs and deleted a few songs, and I think we've got it now at a really good point where it's ready to at least have another table reading. So. And I recently recorded some of the songs from that show on a new CD of mine right here that just came out. It's called Tomorrow Seems Like Yesterday. It just was released last week. And I recorded some of the songs from Last of the MANNAHATTAS with my band. And so I'm going to do a few of those for you tonight, acoustic versions. And I'll just tell you a little bit about the story. It's about a future Manhattan that's been ravaged by sea level rise. And in this case, I picked an even number. The sea level has risen 100 feet in 100 years. It could happen. I hope it doesn't. If all the polar ice on the North and South poles melted, sea levels would rise about 265 feet. So I'm saying about a third of the polar ice might melt in 100 years. And this is the Manhattan that we're left with. Now, most of Manhattan is 8 to 50 feet above sea level. But there are some spots that are 200 feet. The highest point is Fort Bennett Park, which is 250 feet. That's where the George Washington Bridge connects with Manhattan. So the show is set in that. That's where Manhattan is now. That's all that's left of it. And there's some survivors. There's some people. Humanity is very adaptable and industrious and flexible, and people figure out ways to live in whatever environment. So one of the characters in the show is the last ferry boat captain. The little commuter ferries that go around the island and crisscross the rivers. And he's got the last boat, and it's kind of being used as a tugboat at this point, or as a barge, really as a barge. So this is a song that he sings at the opening of Act 2, and it's called As Good as It Gets. And I'm going to play a little harmonica with it. I'm going to, okay, here we go. Get comfy. So how you doing out there? Everything? Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining us. So this song is called As Good as It Gets. And it's sung by the ferry boat captain to open Act 2. And they've just been through a big storm. And the phrase "as good as it gets," you can read it two ways. It's either, this is as good as it gets, we're living the life, or, hey, this is as good as it's going to get. So I'm not sure which way he intends it. Well, I think he intends it on the positive side. So we'll see. Let me tell you the tale of a world gone by. Let me sing you the song of our lives. It's a story of tribulation and triumph over time, filled with heroes and villains you'll recognize. And when we celebrate our victories and cry through our defeats, may we never have to look back with regret, and be true to each other and kind to those in need, knowing this life is as good as it gets. We all want happiness, we all want a better life, to be held, to be loved, to be romanced. If a soul can cure the heart of the loneliest of aches, maybe all we need is just a second chance. And when we celebrate our victories and cry through our defeats, may we never have to look back with regret, and be true to each other and kind to those in need, knowing this life is as good as it gets. The earth is still spinning every day around the sun, but the land is gray, the sky no longer blue. When did we realize the damage we had done would change forever the world we knew? And when we celebrate our victories and cry through our defeats, may we never have to look back with regret, and be true to each other and kind to those in need, knowing this life is as good as it gets. Knowing this life is as good as it gets. Knowing this life is as good as it gets. Thank you. I'm hearing the applause, I think. So that was sung by the ferry boat captain. Oh, hi, Carolyn. Carolyn and Vic. Good to see you. And Vicky says applause. She writes it out with an exclamation point. Thank you. So another character in this show is a woman named Sage, and she is the proprietress, I think that's the word, of the last bar in Manhattan. So it's a popular place. And it becomes kind of the community center for the folks in the show. In fact, most of the scenes are set. Well, act one is set in Sage's bar, the last bar in Manhattan. Oh, we got more applause. Thank you very much. And Sage, as her name might imply, is what am I trying to say? She has feelings. She senses things, and she's wise. So this is a song that she sings called "Lost Our Way," where she kind of laments what we've lost, or what they've lost. Wow, I'm putting it into current terms, because a storm is moving in that afternoon. The play happens during while they're anticipating the storm. Act one happens. Act two happens after the storm. So the song is called "Lost Our Way." White caps are rolling on the Hudson. Strong surges coming in from the south. There's a storm brewing in this river valley. Something in the air says it's gonna get rough. The glaciers are melting, the seas are rising. The climate's changing before our very eyes. But we weren't listening to the warnings. It's time to stop living on the waterline. Now pack up all our belongings and head to higher ground. Say goodbye to these sunny shores today. Someday our children's children will turn and look around and wonder how we lost our way. A howling wind blows through New York City. Empty streets are flooded at every tide. The forces of nature are finally taking over. There's nowhere here that we can hide. Now pack up all our belongings and head to higher ground. Say goodbye to these sunny shores today. Someday our children's children will turn and look around and wonder how we lost our way. Now pack up all our belongings and head to higher ground. Say goodbye to these sunny shores today. Someday our children's children will turn and look around and wonder how we lost our way. And wonder how we lost our way. And wonder how we lost our way. Thank you. I can hear the claps. Okay. Dave Blender is here. Good, Dave. Take time out to have a beverage, a chilled beverage of your choice. And if you can, and I know it's hard times for a lot of people right now, but if you got a few extra dollars, please go to the link to National Jewish Health and give them a little donation if you can. If not, that's okay too. So it seems in every topic, every subject, there's two sides to every story, supposedly, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. Somebody said that, not me. But with climate change, I don't know that there are two sides, but there are certainly people who think there's another side to it, or that it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, a lot of those people are politicians. So in our show, there's a politician, and he's the mayor, kind of the self-appointed mayor of this scraggly little town. He has a song here called "Hey, What Can You Do?" That's the title of the song. So he's kind of thrown his hands up in the air and said, that's just the way it's going to be, I guess. You know, I have to stand up for this song because it's so active. So I'll turn this a little bit. There we go. Okay. You guys are sending me lots of emoticons here. I don't even know what some of these things are. Oh, there's a Statue of Liberty. I like that one. Brody. Dave, you've sent about 16 beer mugs. That's good. Okay. Anyway, here's the song. It's called "Hey, What Can You Do?" The future's sure bleak if you listen to the experts, but I prefer to listen to Fox News. Science says last year was the world's hottest. When you tell me that, man, it just gives me the blues. Warning signs were just too hard for me. I couldn't believe what I couldn't see. Hey, what can you do? Hey, what can you do? They say we need to cut down on our emissions. Well, blah, 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 we've heard that before. Rising temperatures are a minor inconvenience. It's always hotter in the summer, now it's just a little more. The warning signs were just too hard for me. I couldn't believe what I couldn't see. Hey, what can you do? Hey, what can you do? The polar ice caps are melting so fast, the seas are rising a foot or two. But hey, what can you do? Did this happen because of something that we've done? How did the weather turn so severe? I miss the seasons and I hate this burning sun. How many reasons do we need to hear? Hey, what can you do? Hey, what can you do? Nature might be a little out of control, but that depends on your point of view. So hey, what can you do? Hey, 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 what can you do? Hey, 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 what can you do? Okay. For the climate change deniers in the audience, I hope there's none of you out there, but just in case. I usually announce that when I play that song in a club, I usually ask, are there any climate change deniers in the audience, if they please raise their hands. Nobody ever does. Not in New York, anyway. Not in New York. Robert. Hi, Robert. Okay. So I'll do a couple more songs. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll do a couple more songs from Last of the MANNAHATTAS, and then I'll segue into some songs from BULLDOZER, which, by the way, BULLDOZER, there's a cast album. I think most of you probably have it right here with this guy, Konstantin Maroulis, great singer, fantastic singer, actor. I'm going to do one of his songs tonight because he can't be here. But that's okay. That's okay. Anyway, this song is called On Higher Ground, and it's a duet sung by a mother and daughter, although the daughter doesn't know that she's singing it with her mother. That's one of the twists in the show. The mother is Sage, who I introduced a few songs ago. A little out of tune here, and I know we've got some good ears out there, so I want to be sure. It's always the G and the B. Well, as my father said, close enough for folk music. Okay, here's a song called On Higher Ground. I used to think that time was all we had, but now I know that time is running out. Every day there's less of it around. It's moving fast at twice the speed of sound. But in the morning when I look outside, it's always nice to see another sunny day. That's okay. And all we need is the air we breathe. And all we need is to find some peace. All we need is to plant our feet on higher ground. On higher ground. It doesn't matter if I don't have much today. I got enough to give a little bit away. Even if I once was better off than now, I know that less is more, but please don't ask me how. 'Cause in the morning when I look outside, it's always nice to see another sunny day. That's okay. All we need is the air we breathe. All we need is to find some peace. And all we need is to plant our feet on higher ground. On higher ground. Protect the ones who've lost the most, and bless the ones who've come so far. Lord, give us mercy and give us hope. Help us through our darkest hour. I used to think that time was all we had, but now I know that time is running out. Every day there's less of it around. It's moving fast at twice the speed of sound. But in the morning when I look outside, it's always nice to see another sunny day. That's okay. All we need is the air we breathe. All we need is to find some peace. All we need is to plant our feet on higher ground. 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 Thank you. Almost made that note. It's high for me. One thing I found when writing songs for musical theater is that all of my songs for men that are written for the actors, the singers, have to be moved up at least 2 steps, 2 whole steps. But the songs for women are fine. They just sing an octave higher. So, little useless fact there. Gonna do one more song from Last of the MANNAHATTAS. Thank you, very nice. Mr. Bob the Panda. Wow, colorful names. Thank you. This song it's a little biblical, I guess. You know, there's the story in thank you. There's the story, the biblical story about somebody's wife turns around and oh, Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And looks, and she turns to a pillar of salt. That story scared me as a kid, really terrified me. Anyway, I make some references to that in this song. A song's called Don't Look Back, and it is sung by the ferry boat captain once again. He's got a big part in the show. Actually, this is a duet with him and his son. But the office, low ceiling office. Yeah, this is my office here. These are my books. You can check out. I think we have photo books up here, and then New York books in this area over there, and then I think over here are a bunch of cookbooks which never get used. A bunch of interior design books down here in this area, and various instruments hanging on the wall. That's a violin that doesn't sound very good. Whoops. And then there's a mandolin there and another guitar here. Boy, this is hard to do. This is really hard to do. Another guitar there. Anyway, so Don't Look Back is the name of this song. The sun that warms us today will someday be forgotten. And every ray of light will vanish in the dark. The life and death of truth was a long time coming. And when it finally came, it cut right to the heart. We'll seek the path of least resistance. Find a source that gives us hope and love. So don't look back. Please don't look back. Baby, don't look back, 'cause you might turn to stone. We've come this far, there's no return tomorrow. Don't count on finding help, we're out here on our own. What happened to this world will not be our undoing. We never saw it coming, but someone should have known. We'll seek the path of least resistance. Find a source that gives us hope and love. So don't look back. Please don't look back. Baby, don't look back, 'cause you might turn to stone. We never thought we'd live to see this. Now we're the last of the last to come this way. No more gods to guide or lead us. We might find heaven, but there'll be hell to pay. Oh, don't look back. Please don't look back. Baby, don't look back, 'cause you might turn to stone. Hey, hey, Please don't look back. Baby, don't look back, 'cause you might turn to stone. Thank you. Oh, it's been pointed out to me that that was Lot's wife I'm referring to. Thank you, Reverend Brasher, for that information. So that's the last of the MANNAHATTAS songs. Notice how I worked the title in there one more time. So I'm going to do a couple, 3 songs from, thank you, from BULLDOZER. And some of you may have seen that show. It ran in New York for a couple months in 2 years ago, 2017, 2018. Yeah, a wild violin solo. Those are the best kind of violin solos, I think, always. Yeah, pillar of salt. So anyway, I just want to, once again, if you're just tuning in, thank Aaron Grant Theatrical for setting this all up. And also National Jewish Health for being part of this tonight. And if you can, make a donation there. It would be great. They're a respiratory hospital in Denver, which, how am I affiliated with that? Well, I don't know. I know people in New York who work there and are affiliated with them. But on a bigger picture level, I was born in Denver. So it kind of makes sense. No, it doesn't make any sense. But it means something to me because I was born there. And I know we've got some folks from the West Coast listening, I think. I don't think I'm going to be doing my West Coast music tour this summer, unfortunately, because the clubs and the wineries and all those places, I don't think are going to be going full steam quite yet. Too bad. I was really looking forward to that. So I'm going to do a song here called Sense of Direction. And I don't know if you don't know the story of BULLDOZER, it's about a guy named Robert Moses, who was the commissioner of highways, buildings, highways, housing, and parks in New York City and New York State for about 40 years. So the way New York looks today and functions is primarily because of him. He also did not believe in mass transit. So the subways are a mess because of him, because he put no money into them. But we tell the story of his life. And this song is sung by a woman, his girlfriend, assistant, wife. It's a composite character based on his 2 wives and several girlfriends. And she thinks he's just the greatest thing on earth for most of the show until this point where she sings this song, where she's really kind of lost because she's realizing that he is evicting people that she knows from their homes and tearing down their buildings and putting highways through the middle of neighborhoods. So that's what changes her mind about him. Where did I go wrong? How did I end up here? I'm on unfamiliar ground. I follow all the rules like the good little boys and girls, and the rules have let me down. I don't know where to go. I can't see where I've been, 'cause I've lost all sense of direction. The future looked so bright. There was promise in the air, and tomorrow would be better still. I had everything and more, but I didn't know the truth, and it looks like I never will. I don't know where to go, I can't see where I've been, 'cause I've lost all sense of direction. I don't know where to go, I can't see where I've been, 'cause I've lost all sense of direction. I once was just like you, thought that I knew the way. I believed in the golden lie, but now I struggle to get up, and gravity pushes me back down, and the world rushes by. Oh, I don't know where to go, I can't see where I've been, 'cause I've lost all sense of direction. I don't know where to go, I can't see where I've been, 'cause I've lost all sense of direction. Thank you. Thank you. Gonna do 2 more songs here, and I think my time is up. I'm gonna try to do this song. This is the what they call the 11 o'clock song, I think, in a show. 11 o'clock is when everything comes together, right? So we did this song. It's called Straight Towards the Sun. It was sung by Konstantin Maroulis, and it was a pretty neat experience. He at this point in the show, he's risen up on scaffolding. It's like 15 feet off the stage. I was in the band in the show, so we're underneath and we're playing. We're watching him up there, and we're just hoping that nobody falls and gets hurt. So it's a pretty dramatic moment, and the song is about the myth of the guy who flew too close to the sun and his wings melted, right? So this is Robert Moses. It's his soliloquy. He's trying to apologize for what he's done in life, but he's kind of too big of a jerk to really do that. So this is as close as he comes to apologizing. I had so many good ideas, so far ahead of my time. I was as modern as Le Corbusier, but history is full of wrong turns and ideals get left behind. Please don't blame me, I'm not as bad as they say. I couldn't see a thing, 'cause the light was in my eyes. I was heading straight towards the sun. No one can say that I didn't do my job. Like it or not, I got things done. Though Roosevelt and Rockefeller will never be my friends, I can admit I don't like what I've become. I couldn't see a thing, 'cause the light was in my eyes. I was heading straight towards the sun. I couldn't see a thing, 'cause the light was in my eyes. I was heading straight towards the sun. I wanted to transform the world, make it a better place. I only wanted what was best for you. I realize now the times have changed and I've been left behind. But look at me now, what else can I do? I was heading straight towards the sun. I couldn't see a thing, 'cause the light was in my eyes. I was heading straight towards the sun. I couldn't see a thing, 'cause the light was in my eyes. I was heading straight towards the sun. Whew. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. One more song here. This is a sing-along. So this is going to be, I'm just going to have to take your word for it. Gina. Hi, Gina. This song is from the show also. And usually when I do this song in clubs with my band, everybody joins in the middle section and sings or shouts, screams along with us. And so I'd like you to do that today, if possible. The song is called We Like What We Like Until We Don't Like It Anymore. And in the show, it's a trio. It's sung by Nelson Rockefeller and Jane Jacobs, the characters, and a New York Post reporter. And they really do some great harmony parts on it, which we won't be able to hear today, but that's okay. We'll make up for it with energy. So there's going to be a section in the song where I'm going to break it down and I'm going to kind of just shout out the lyrics. And it'd be great if, you could do that yourself. You get a little exercise, work up a little sweat. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in here today and helping me out, helping me get through these songs. And also, if you can donate to National Jewish Health, that would be terrific, but it's not a requirement. And hopefully we'll do some more of these live streams. So here's the song. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. Last year I was so darn excited. Finally found a politician I could really trust. But this year he's mired in a scandal and the truth is out. He's just like the rest of the elite upper crust. But we like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. But don't get me started on our so-called leaders. After all, we've only got ourselves to blame. Well, they'll say just about anything to get our votes. And when the promises have faded away, the problems will still remain. Because we like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. Power and fame are fleeting at best. When someone's up, we love to kick them down. Public opinion never takes a rest. And when they act too high and mighty, you know it's time to bring them down to the ground. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. Now this is where you sing it with me. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. We like what we like until we don't like it anymore. There's people outside yelling at me. Thank you very much. Let's do this again. I hope you had fun. I did. I really did. And if you want to get on my mailing list, go to PeterGalperin.com. A lot of you already are. Thank you, Amping. Thank you. Drama Aaron. Thank you. We like what we like till we don't like it anymore. Okay. Thank you, Aaron Grant, and your people at AGT. And thank you, Maddie Shepard at National Jewish Health, and everybody in Denver at National Jewish, and committee member people in New York. I hope you were watching. And I hope we raised a little money because it's important. And thanks for all of you who've sent me little messages here. I'm going to try and get back to all of you. If not tonight, then tomorrow. So good night and be well. Be well. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Good night.